Good evening and thanks for joining us. We have heard the refrain so many times that bullying can be devastating to our children that we need to find a way to stop it. Tonight, a mother in Nova Scotia is sounding the alarm again. Her 17-year-old daughter took her own life after a graphic photo of her was circulated online, leading to relentless bullying by her peers. As Ross Lord reports, her mother is now looking for answers.
The fact Rehtaeh Parsons felt she was unable to continue with her life is tragic, but what led to her suicide is even more disturbing. Her mother says Rehtaeh's troubles started 2 years ago when she was sexually assaulted by 4 boys after a gathering where they were drinking.
Her friend left, and then it was just her with 4 boys. She only remembers some of it, like she remembers being led into a room, she remembers guys taking turns on top of her. She remembers throwing up out the window.
A photo of the alleged rape was distributed through her high school and through social media. Her mother says even after moving to another school in a different neighborhood, the bullying continued. Devastated by depression and anger, Rehtaeh hanged herself at her home last week.
She's the victim, and then her whole community and her school treated her like she's a horrible person, that she went to have a 15-year-old goes to some house to have sex with 4 boys. Like, that's not what happened.
The RCMP investigated but backed off, saying a conviction was unlikely.
Photos, in terms of investigation, are only one piece or detail. An investigation encompasses much more than that. So each case stands on its own merit.
But Rehtaeh's mother questions how thorough the investigation really was.
Those boys should have been interviewed, separated, and the story should have been gotten out of them before they got a chance to get together and have it all down pat.
Police won't discuss the specifics of the case, and neither will school authorities. They're calling for a wider discussion of bullying and mental health, with Rehtaeh's story following others, including Amanda Todd of British Columbia, another teenager who had a sexually explicit image used against her online.
We shouldn't have to be just discussing these things when tragedies occur. We need to be talking about them all the time because the world is changing rapidly for students, and we want to make sure that they're provided with a safe environment.
There was no safe environment for Rehtaeh Parsons, a former A student who loved reading and spending time with pets that came through her mother's animal rescue agency. And while the RCMP says it's open to reviewing the investigation if there's new evidence, they have no plans to do so. Ross Lord, Global News, Halifax.